Oh my god. Alright, we're on time. I am so sorry that we left that a little I left that a little bit late. So sorry. So sorry. Completely forgot I was logged into another account on Twitch. Perfect stuff by me. But despite everything like that, we have today round 7 of the of FRR. It's tier 1, it's season 2. And well, today could be a great day for Stocky to potentially have some great battles with Top Gun. Because as we know, in Portugal, Top Gun did not race in Tier 1. Very unfortunate, that of course, which means that Stocky was able to expand the gap on Top Gun in that standings by winning that race at Portugal. And this is what the standings look like at the current moment in time for, I believe that's the top 5. So, it is Stocky leading that championship by 22 points ahead of Top Gun. And Top Gun is on 72 points, so if you do the if you do the maths, it is 94 points for Stocky. So, Stocky at top with 94, Top Gun 72. That could change, of course, today. Will be very interesting to see if Top Gun can be able to close that gap before the final race of the season. Which, of course, there's how many is that? 5. There's 5 races of the season. So, yes, if he's going to be able to do it in 5 races, he's got to start this gap closing down right here. But as we all know, Stocky, incredible behind the wheel. And I'm sure that he'll be coming out right now. He is the first man to come out. What a historic track Monza is. An incredible track which has seen incredible scenes. And we'll most likely see another one here today, as we all know that FRR never disappoints with such entertainment that is always brought to you live on Twitch. Which is the perfect time for me to say, if you're watching this on YouTube, any chance, then you can, of course, follow us on Twitch, where you can get all of this live, 6 p.m. GMT time, in the UK time. That is just the same username on our YouTube is the same for Twitch. So, please, go ahead and follow us so you can catch all this stuff live. And it's only live once, remember, so all of the excitement can be rushed through at once when you know it's just actually happening in real time. But now we take a look at Stocky. Like previously said, top of the leaderboard, but also Ferrari are top of the leaderboard in constructors, but by only 3 points. This is a massive race for the constructors battle. It is so big, it's huge, it is massively important to make sure that either Ferrari, of course their home race, or Red Bull can take top spot. So this is huge for the upcoming 5 races left of the season. So we talked about the top 2 in the standings, and we'll take a look at who's third, and that's Weeksy with 68 points. It's only a 4-point gap between Weeksy and Top Gun. So very interesting there, but it's also going to be very interesting how Stocky is going to do on this lap, which we will take a look right now. So we've got the lap data enabled. Of course, he will get fastest sector for every single sector because he is the first man to make his announcement on the track in terms of how well he's going to do. He's trying to set the standards for this race. And if you're wondering why there isn't any commentary, of course, well, unfortunately, Josh wasn't able to have any time to do this with us today. But there is going to be commentary in Tier 2. So don't you worry about that one, folks. We'll get that right with you very soon. And we see there is a Mercedes who has spanned, and we see some absolute nightmare of laps in. Look at what is going on. Ragnar, awful from him. But is it going to be awful from Stocky? Through Parabolica we go. What a famous turn that is. Historic in not only Monza, but in FRR. And Stocky, he said a 119.9, not too shabby at all. Stocky doing very well, and well, some drivers aren't. They aren't really doing as well, are they? Pretty poor, in my opinion. Oh! Oh, Weeksy, we talked about, you know, being P3 in the championship. Sorry, I was just scrolling. I was trying to find whoever that Aston Martin was. It turns out it was Weeksy coming across the line. And Weeksy sets a 119.914. That is 0.005 of a second quicker than Stocky. But it's just about enough to make sure that he can take that top spot. Still, though, plenty of time left in this qualifying session. I'm pretty sure it will be overtaken by Stocky himself. But the Aston Martin, for now, does get P1. And we're going to take a look at this man who has got a invalid lap, but recently before, you know, Roger was in convention for top 3. He's nowhere near now. He just fell off the pace a little bit. Oh, I think that's in Tier 2. I think he is just racing today. Tier 1's be different. I think I was talking about Tier 2 standings there. I do apologise. But there is 4 people on the track who have set that times, and that's 5 now, with Brad coming across the line with a 1:49. Definitely what you do not want to see. Well, Stocky's gone back into the pits. I'm assuming Weeksy will as well. And what's happened with Crazy Reefer? Crazy's done something crazy. Can we see from here, Sven? Can we see? Okay, so we're just about to come across where... Yeah, so he's just quite literally crashed into the wall. We saw the tiniest bit of his car there, straight into the wall. And after 126.9, definitely not going to help him coming into this race. He's not going to be nowhere near fastest on track. He might be all the way down at the bottom. But here's Sven qualifying above his teammate, who has, of course, recently retired from the session after crashing out. Sven, with 120.4, does overtake Crazy Griefer in that position. So, yeah, lovely jubbly. So, yet again, we have a lot of people who haven't set times. Oh, my word. Roger just says, you know what? I might as well have a go at P1. And he's got P1. The AlphaTauri flies through to gain pole position. Of course, a lot of time left on this track, on this qualifying session. But still, 119.6, 300 milliseconds. Oh, sorry, not off. Ahead of Weeksy's time. Sven has also just retired. What on earth is going on so far in this qualifying session? We've got 2 people already crashing out. Yeah, you can see just right there. It's just, yeah, he's just quite literally got the front right tyre completely off. Perfect angle. Thankfully, Bang was on the scene for us on that one. But the big news out of all the stuff that's... Chris Townsend's retired. Okay, I was going to say the big news is... Chris Townsend's retired. What on earth is going on in this qualifying session? They're left, right, and centre. But Roger now coming past that sad sight of Sven completely dead on track, pretty much. But Roger, he's P1. He will be coming back into the pits at the end of this lap, of course. And here's Stocky. So Stocky. This is a big race for him. This is the big league. Well, not the big leagues in terms of... He hasn't been in the big leagues already, but of course... Well, tops with the time. The teammate of Roger has set to 120.2. He's up into P4. But Stocky, can he get P1 back off of Roger? Can he snatch it back? I believe he will. I believe he will. Stocky's got a lot of time. I was going to say a lot of time, but that doesn't really sound right if you want to go fast and not get a lot of time. So what I'll say is, Stocky takes the least amount of time possible as he can on any track. And usually it does come out on top. You can see much more people getting their time set. You can just see that Night Owl recently got a 122.4. He's P10. 18 drivers for today's Grand Prix. And only one of them is going to be P1 as it stands. And that man is Roger. 119.6. And that's an outstanding lap. But can Stocky beat it? We will have to see. Now he's going through Sector 1, of course. Trying to take some time down. Trying to chalk off bit by bit. And he has chalked off 49. What's that? Hundredths? I'm pretty sure. So he's very close. He has taken time down on his original time. But I don't think it'll be enough to beat Roger. Oh, you can see just a tiny bit of a snap on the exit of that curb. But Stocky, Sector 2, can he close down this gap between him and Roger even more? And you can see how poor of a time this has gone to. We'll take a look at Weeksy right now, actually, who has gotten 0.036 time off their previous lap. That is some huge understeer for Weeksy there. He's going to have to correct it. And, yeah, again, correcting himself after, I think that was oversteer that time. I can't tell the difference between understeer and oversteer, to be honest. But what I can tell the difference is how much Weeksy's going to take off of his lap time. We'll have to see. And, yes, yet again, pretty much equal with his previous lap time. Of course, nowhere near going to be enough to try and chalk off Roger's time with a 1:19.6. The more I see these people go on track and set their times, the more I'm impressed by that time. Jesus Christ. Roger with an outstanding lap, as you can see, just a lonely tyre left down there. And Weeksy abandons the lap. Probably right, so, you know, definitely wasn't going to be his best lap out the bunch. So he's come back into the pits. Stocky going to come into the pits very soon. He hasn't done anything on his time. And Roger Gamer HD, big Ferrari, of course, trying to keep Structure's lead. They only have 3 points separating them and Red Bull. So Roger Gamer HD really needs to step up his game here to try and to try and get some points on the board for Ferrari today. I believe he can, so very good driver behind the wheel. We'll see what he can do, but he has just been jogged down the order because James Calaco comes through with a 1:19.94. So he's P4. So a sandwich of the Aston Martins as the bread and Stocky as the meat. So the Aston Martin sandwiching that lonely Ferrari of Stocky. Will he be able to pull through today for a race win? We'll have to see. So, everybody in the garage as we speak. This man isn't, and he's going to go on. I mean, that was a horrible lap time. Jesus, 1:41 already. That is not particularly good for him. He's on his out lap though. Brad, he hasn't really set a lap time to be amazed by. A 1:21.3 is not bad, but definitely compared to these other lap times, definitely is not great by any means. So Brad, he's been warming up the tyres throughout his out lap, and he's going to go onto his real lap. He's going to go onto the lap which he will try and cherish the most. Try to get any time he can off of this previous lap time of a 1:21.3. So he's already gone through the first chicane. Oh my word! Roger, mate! Roger! What is going on? 1:19.2! He's flying! He's quite literally flying! This is outstanding stuff by Roger. 1:19.2, 700 milliseconds off of Weeksy, who was in P2. That is absolutely astounding. Roger, mate, what are you on? Wow, 1:19.2. I don't think anybody is beating that, to be honest. Astounding. Oh, Brad with a purple second sector. This is going to be a fantastic time for Brad. Put himself up into P3 territory here. And now going to come into Parabolica here. What a historic turn this is. Is it going to be favourable for Brad tonight, I should say. I think it might be. As now across the line, he's going to perform a 1:20.1, so that's 1 second off of his previous time. And he is with his good old teammates, Henkaz, who both are in P5 and P6. So the McLarens all together for this qualifying session and potentially for today's race. We'll see how that goes. But, oh my word, Roger. I mean, this is insane. This is insane. 1:19.2, are you joking? That is just wow. He's coming into the pits now, of course, like you saw on your screen right there. I believe this is an actual lap for Hencast. Maybe he set one previously that I was not aware of. So yeah, we'll see. I don't think that this is an actual lap time for Hencast. Either he's just way off the board here, or it was just genuinely a warm-up, or maybe he's coming into the pits at the end of this. So we'll have to see. And yeah, coming into the pits. So I was just a bit confused there, because that was definitely not a great lap time, and Tub's not going to be improving on his time either. Halsey, we'll see how they go, and across the line, and well, it was a pretty awful time. Invalid anyways. Grito with a well, we know that was purposeful. He just wants to retire from the session. Please, guys, don't do that. Don't purposely just crash into a wall and retire. It's not what you want to see. You will be getting penalty points if you do that. It's just annoying for me to see. It's always like, oh my god, they've crashed out, and then I see it, and they're like, ugh. But it's not only annoys me, it also annoys some of the admins who have to award those penalty points. But Ragnar, Chris Townsend Ragnar here for Mercedes, and currently as it is, and well, oh my word, I didn't see it at all. But Top Gun in P2, so he is 2 positions up off of. That is huge coming into the race, folks. Top Gun, he's up there in the ranks. Can Stocky beat him? But that is an insane lap from Roger. Nobody's ever going to be beating that. And Ragnar going to come across the line very soon. We were talking about their lap time. That's not going to be a good lap at all. I'm assuming they're going to come in at the end of this and just retire. So looks like it will be a P15. Roger coming out again. I genuinely don't know how much we've got left of this qualifying session. So we got, I think, around 2 minutes? Maybe? If only there wasn't a flag in Sector 3, I would be able to see, just quite literally, how much we have. So, okay, there we go. 1 minute and 30 seconds left. So, if you want to get a lap time in here right now, you got to do it extremely quickly. And I think Roger will... Oh, okay. So, Top Gun has retired from the session. So, ladies and gentlemen, Roger, on an out lap, is he going to improve on his time? Weeksy, on an out lap, is he going to improve his time? Stocky going to recently go on to his big lap. I'm going to take a look at Stocky here because he has to re-overtake Top Gun. This is a huge qualifying session for the championship standings. Can Stocky beat out his championship rival Top Gun? In the fight for first, we'll have to see. So Stocky, of course, starting his lap time right now, going through the Tribute Straight. I believe that's what it's called. I have the map of Monza far away with me with all the curved names, the turn names, but it's so far out and my handwriting is so bad I can't even see them. But never mind. Is the handwriting going to affect my facts today, which I always like to bring out? Hopefully not, but is Stocky going to affect his lap time whatsoever? Speaking of Stocky / Ferrari, Razagamer HD, the teammate of Stocky, of course, and Razagamer just, he's done it on track again. We saw that, didn't we? We saw something. Just please don't retire on track like that. It's annoying. It's just annoying. Stop doing it, please. You will all be awarded penalty points if you do it. At least that's what I assume. Oh, no. Stocky. Big slip. Big moment. That is not good for him. That lap is ruined. Roger, though. Oh, I mean, what an astounding lap he's had throughout all of it. I'm pretty sure he cut that corner there. I don't know how he's not been invalidated, to be honest. But I mean, if he's going to improve on this at any point, I mean, it's just game over for anybody who's trying to beat him. It's just, let's be honest, it just is, because what an astounding lap time already. But if he's going to improve on this, then it's game over for who is P1 in this Grand Prix. An outstanding qualifying. Oh my word, he's improved on it as well. Oh my word, surely it's game, set and match for P1 as Brad has just retired. through a Scary there. So Brad out of this qualifying session. Well, not out, just retired. Weeksy did improve on his time, but did not beat out Top Gun's time, so he still remains P3. Oh, even more pain for Stocky, as James Calaco overtakes him in the fastest lap times to claim P4. I had a struggle with my sentence of words there, to overtake him in the fastest of lap times. That was not a good sentence stringed together. But James Calaco overtakes Stocky in qualifying to gain and to put himself up into P4. Stocky will be very disappointed with that, and rightfully so, because he's got a bit of a hill to climb. I wouldn't say mountain to climb, but he's got a hill to climb to try and beat Top Gun. Of course, if anything bad happens into the race, then it's pretty much game over. But everybody, as you can see, is all ready, and I hope you guys are too, because we're here in Monza, in Italia, ready for Season 2, Round 7, Tier 1 of the FRR. No, of FRR. I always get told to stop saying the FRR, but I cannot help it. We're here in FRR. Alright, Season 2, Round 7, Monza, Tier 1, FRR. It's only live once on Twitch, so if you're on YouTube, come on down and follow us on Twitch. So, what a qualifying session. Stocky in P5. Unfortunate for him, but very fortunate for Roger. He's in P1. He's in the AlphaTauri. He has set a 119.1. He will be leading for today's Grand Prix. Thank you all for watching this qualifying session, and we'll get on to the race right now. Not exactly now, but you know what I mean. It's got a load and stuff, but you know what I mean. I was counting down from... Anyways, what a qualifying session. Roger, P1, absolutely astonishing. I mean, it must be 0 rings. He's got to be putting on 0 rings to do that. It's just astonishing. Oh my word, what a lap time. And, well, it's the formation lap. Here we go. I can't stand my phone up anymore. I tried to stand it up so I could see if anyone talks in the Twitch chat. Which, follow us on Twitch. I've said that for the third time, but it's very important that you do. So that you can maybe talk some of your feelings, you know. Maybe you think Stocky's going to win, even though he's qualified P5 for this race. Maybe you think, I don't know, Top Gun's going to win it, and try to keep this gap closed down to very minimum points. But whatever you're thinking, it might just not be the result, because it's always what you cannot predict. Always not what you want. In terms of your prediction is never right in Monza. And I'm sure we'll see it again here today. Because Monza is always entertaining. It's always just off script and beautiful. That's what you all love about Monza. And to be honest, it's the same with just FRR in general. FRR just does the exact same thing, goes off script. Maybe, you know, Stocky's supposed to win something, and then all of a sudden, oh no, his championship's gone. That is the beauty of not only this league, but this track as well. But amazing beauty at the fact that Roger was able to qualify P1, and I will run you down the grid right now for today's Monza Grand Prix. So Roger, like we've said 1,000 times, has qualified in P1. Top Gun in behind in the Rebel. Huge day for the constructors. Did I say that? I think I did. In P2. Weeksy and James Calaco, the two Aston Martins in P3 and P4. Stocky with a disappointing P5 for Ferrari. Henkaz in P6 for McLaren. Nightowl P7 for Alpine. Also in the Alpine is Halsey. He is in P8. Brad in the McLaren is in P9. Tubbs is in P10 for AlphaTauri. Russell HD is in P11 for Ferrari. Ragnar is in P12 for Mercedes. Sven is in P13 for Haskar, for the Haas racing team, sorry. Carlito is in P14 for the Williams. Bang is in P15 for the Williams. Crazy Grief is in P16 for the Haas. Scruffy Dub is in P17 for the Red Bull, and finally Chris Downs, Mercedes, P18. So, 2 men disqualified from this session, this formation lap. Unfortunately, those 2 are Halsey and Sven. So, as you can see, everyone lining themselves up on the grids for today's Monza Grand Prix. I've got shivers running up my spine, because it's always an entertaining one here in Monza, in FRR. Oh boy, am I excited and ready to go with this. I think we'll just stick with this camera angle. Here we go, folks. Build the revs up. Hands on the wheel. Your legs are shaking. It's go, go, go! We're away from the Monza Grand Prix. Roger doesn't have the best of starts. Here we go. Top Gun looking to instantly overtake for the lead. We might go 3-1 between Roger, Weeksy and James into the first turn. Here we go. Roger still trying to claim P2. Stockies fell way down in the order. What's he done there? P7 for him. James Kalako still side by side with the AlphaTauri. Here we go. Onto that right bend. Here we go. James Kalako tries to get past this AlphaTauri. Still, is not able to do so. Roger just take ahead. A little bit of contact between the 2. And the Aston Martin goes off the track. There goes the Alpine. The Alpine flying through. Lightow in P1. What happened to the man who was previously P1 Top Gun? He sped all the way down the grid. That's horrible for him. Roger and Weeksy, though, still battling. Still side by side. Lightow leading this race in the Alpine. Who would have predicted this? Here we go. Roger and Kalako both going at it yet again. Entertaining stuff. This is just what you want to see. Oh, Roger just staying behind the brakes earlier than James does, and eventually the Aston Martin is able to fly through. But still, the Aston Martin lurking behind of Roger is Weeksy. Weeksy looking to get closer and closer to the AlphaTauri. Maybe a move into Parabolica. It looks like it's not going to be. Here is Tubbs. He's made an overtake on Carito. Down the inside goes Bang on Brad. Lightout with the fastest lap because he, of course, does come cross the line first. Here comes James Kalako, though, so very close to Lightout. The Aston Martins out of nowhere have been flying through this Grand Prix so far. It's been wonderful stuff for them, but of course James Kalako on those mediums, he's of course going to have the advantage in terms of pace. You can see the stack up through that first chicane. Brad and Bag still going at it onto this right bend. Still, the Williams staying ahead. The McLaren trying to go side by side, but still just stays back. Cannot get an edge between the 2. Haycats with a 3-second time penalty for corner cutting, and he's fallen way back down the grid. Not good for him. Stock is back into P5, his original position on the grid. Good for him. Still, so much entertainment being poured into the start of this Grand Prix. This is beautiful stuff. James Kalako getting very close there to Lightout. This fight for P1 is as entertaining as we thought it would be, but not with the drivers we thought it would be. Here's Crazy Queen for trying to potentially, affect Stocky's race and also the championship. Rising Gamer HD trying to make a move on Ragnar. Still Top Gun with a move on his teammate. Easy peasy. He goes. Top Gun span from P1. He's all the way back down the order, which allowed Lightout to get P1, but maybe James Kalako will take it through Parabolica here. I don't think he will. James Kalako just stay behind the Aston Martin. Try everything he can to gain P1 here. It would be a dream start for him and a dream start for Aston Martin. It would be absolutely beautiful. Here we go. James Kalako looking for the move. Looking to fly past Lightout. Into the first turn we go. Through the chicane. Aston Martin round the outside of the second turn. Still cannot get an edge. Alpine still ahead. Still ahead. James Kalako just stay behind. He cannot make a move wherever he can. He's still searching and sniffing for any chance he can get to get past the Alpine. Here we go into the next chicane. So many chicanes around this track. It is so good for entertainment wise, like I've said a million times before, but it is so true. James Kalako still trying to get closer to Lightout here. This is entertaining stuff. Just sniffing and breathing down the neck of this Alpine. It's just so beautiful to watch. Roger, of course, still an opponent, but he would still be happy with this. But still, with qualifying P1, he would like to get P1. James Kalako looking for the move down the inside. Easy. Oh, there we go. James Kalako straight past. Easy peasy. Nightowl though looking to get back at him, but can't just yet. He's just not that fast. Here we go. Roger looking for a move down the Alpine, apologies. Can he do it? No, the Alpine shuts the front door easily. He says, you know what, mate? You can back off right there. I'm not letting you take this position, but Roger's still gonna come back at him. The Alpine still tries to defend desperately, but no. Roger flies past. Top Gun with the fastest lap, showing that he still has the pace round this track. These things go side by side. Here comes Weeksy making it 3 wide. Still trying to pick up the pieces from this battle, but cannot get it. They're quite literally touching wheels, Roger and Nightowl. Here we go into the next turn. Roger has the better exit. Nightowl trying to get closer over to Roger once again, but can't. Weeksy looking to pick up the pieces on Nightowl. Down the inside he goes. Can he get the move done? He can. Round the outside goes Stocky. Tries to defend the position against Crazy Griefer, but Crazy Griefer has the better exit into the next turn. Stocky's well behind. Cannot do anything about that. It's just pure speed from the Haskar. Brad looking for a move. Can't get it. Tubbs looking for a move on Brad. He can't get it. Brad's looked for the move on Bang, and he has got it. Looking to fly past the Williams here. They've battled so many times before these two, and still they're continuing to do so. But I'm looking up the order right now. Weeksy getting still very close over to Roger. Could it be a P1, P2 between these two? It would be absolutely... Oh no! What's just happened there? Bang! Down the order. We saw a touch, and then they're off track. Ball stuff right there. And look at the space that's created on the grid. Thankfully, no safety cars brought out, but the Williams is out. Bang! Has banged into the wall, and he's out of this Grand Prix. But Weeksy's still trying to get closer to Roger, but cannot do so. So very close between these two, and they've been battling throughout all of this lap. A little touch between the two, and all that's going to set Weeksy a little bit back. Thankfully, doesn't have any wing damage, or not that I can see. Brad and Stocky looking to go head to head here. They have, the Ferrari versus the McLaren, but look at Tubbs. He's still edging for a move past Brad. Could this be a 3-1 maneuver? Into the next turn we go. Brad stays behind. The McLaren has to go off track. Still keeping the position though. Tubbs falls behind a little bit. Carito looking to pick up the pieces into the next turn. But into Ascari, I believe this is. Indeed, look at that! A spin from James Calaco. He's gone from first all the way back down to 11th. Not what you want to see. James Calaco has just completely fell off his throne and has given it straight to Roger. Roger gets back P1 in the AlphaTauri. He still has the blistering speed. Can he still get a gap? You can see the Haskar getting all out of shape. Crazy Griefer goes and spins. Here's Brad looking to fend against Tubbs. Tubbs recently overtook a Stocky, and now he's overtaken Brad. Look at the speed he had down that straight. It was always going to turn out double positions for Tubbs. A double overtake from him. Fantastic maneuver. Here comes Carito trying to get closer and closer over to Stocky. Stocky though still ahead, still trying to put this... Oh, look at Brad. Look at it go down the inside of Tubbs. They make a connection. Tubbs spins because of Brad. A connection with the front right tyre to the back left tyre of... sorry, Tubbs, and he spins, and Brad has just done a hit and run, and potentially he'll have to defend against Stocky, who still breathes down the neck of this McLaren car going through this chicane. Still, these two still so very close to each other. This is such entertaining stuff here in Monza, but when has it never been entertaining? That's my question. But another question that should be asked is Stocky going to overtake Brad very soon to claim P4? I don't know, but the gaps between each car is slowly progressing. And, well, we're in a position now where Roger has P1 after that spin by James Calaco. Here comes Stocky. He's got the speed on the straight. Is he going to be able to get the overtake on Brad? He's getting very close. He's edging and itching for this overtake whenever he can. But look at Top Gun. He's looking to make a move on Carito potentially. I don't think he will. Just doesn't have the pace, unfortunately. Stocky, though, onto this next straight. Can he gets the overtake? Here we go. He's got the speed on the left-hand side of the McLaren. He's done it, but at the same time, his championship rival Top Gun has overtaken the Williams of Carito. This is great stuff between all of these people. Oh, there's a full-on safety car. All of a sudden, we've got a DNF by Halsey. They're into the wall, So Stocky and Top Gun both making up great positions. Top Gun, of course, qualified P2. He got P1, but unfortunately for him, he spun all the way back down into P16, I believe it was. But now he's flown himself up 10 positions to get P6, and now he's trying to get closer and closer to Stocky. He's within touching distance of that car, and he will be hoping to get past it very, very soon. But Roger, he is still P1. Still, he is making a big impact on this race, on this Grand Prix. Such entertaining stuff so early on. It's just things you want to see. This is the perfect time for all you folks to get a drink, to get a snack, sit down and watch the rest of what is going to be nothing but entertaining Monza Grand Prix. I'm going to take a little break. We'll be back in a second with the restart on this safety car. Well, it wasn't long, but of course, such entertainment so early on in a beautiful race. How could I stay out of my seat for long? Roger, P1, of course, the AlphaTauri, the black and white shining across the whole of the grids as they do lead this Grand Prix. I'm going to take a look at the tyres right now. I don't know who's pitted, who hasn't pitted, so stop. So look at that. Everybody under 7th position has pitted, including Stocky, including Brad, not including Top Gun though. So very interesting right there. What tyres have they pitted on? So you can see that's either mediums or hards. They're just sticking towards their actual, their actual strategy first. D-Money, I think he's had it a lot earlier than this, but he did say that Aston Martin cut a couple of corners lap 1. Well, you got to do what you got to do to try and get past such decorated drivers here in FRR. But this safety car coming out is just going to affect what's going to happen on this grid, and this restart is going to I don't know what's going to happen on this restart. That's the beauty of it. I mean, Roger could spin, Roger could lose P1, Weeksy could get P1, maybe Weeksy spins, and then Nightowl gets P2, and then eventually Roger spins, and then he gets P1 back. I don't know what's going to happen. Top Gun in P4, by the way, still with some great points on the board so far for him. He, of course, in the Red Bull versus Ferrari, that Constructors' Championship, but so far it's not looking good for Red Bull, as Scruff is way off the points, and Top Gun, of course, oh, Top Gun, what's happened to Top Gun? What's happened to Top Gun? Okay, they span onto the safety car. My oh my! Well, I wasn't expecting that. Top Gun spins and he's now in P11. He's off the points. Both of these Red Bulls are off the points. James Calaco has a 5-second penalty. So does Henkaz and Carito as well. Sorry, not Henkaz has a 3-second penalty. Carito has a 5-second penalty, and so does James Calaco. So, Top Gun. That's not good for him, of course. So, we're going to have to see how many positions he'll gain off of the restart safety car. It's got to be a lot. Of course, he already gained one on James Calaco because James span, of course, which gave him that 5-second penalty. So, I don't know why Top Gun didn't get a 5-second penalty, but oh well, oh well, oh well. Can Top Gun get on top for this Grand Prix? It's going to be difficult, but we might see. We might see what just happens here. We did discuss that span on one of the laps. He got almost rear-ended and span. And he's now in P6, above Socky, just below Henkaz. What a position to be in. And also, can I say, Rising HD, he's in P4. I wasn't expecting it. Was not expecting at this point in the Grand Prix for Razor Gamer HD to be ahead of his teammates, but there you go. Razor Gamer HD standing out here on his own and just saying to people that I'm just as good as a driver as Stocky is. What a decorative driver Razor is. I mean, we didn't see it last season, of course. He had some struggles a lot with Mercedes. This season, he's had a few here and there, but today, it could be a there. This could be very good for Razor Gamer HD. Previously well known as an amazing driver, and still is. Will he get an amazing points on the board here for Ferrari? Tubbs with a 5-second penalty for a severe collision with Chris Towns. So Tubbs really not having a good race. He was battling with McLaren of Brad's a lot earlier on. Well, not that earlier on. So they were battling and battling and battling. And, well, eventually now he's way down the order. He's in 17th, whilst his teammate is in P1. Both AlphaTauri sandwiching the whole grid. Roger P1, Tubbs P17, and now safety car is in this lap. Woo! I've got shivers down my spine. I am getting ready for the restart on this safety car. I am excited. This could be either breathtaking or breathtaking. There's no in between, and there is nothing different. Here we go. And off we go. Here the restart of the safety car. Here we go. Weeks again, very close into Roger. Is he going to be able to make a move on the AlphaTauri? Cloudbag has just overtaken the Henkas car. Oh, sorry, the McLaren Henkas, but Naito looks like he might be going up the grid, and eventually he touches Weeksy. Razor Gamer HD looking to pick up the pieces, looking to go around the outside. That looks like it might be 3 wide into the next turn, and it is. And the Ferrari comes out the better of the two of them, and there we go. Razor Gamer HD up into P2. Weeksy and Naito still though are still trying to get past this Ferrari, and still this Alpine and Weeksy still so very close with each other. Here's Henkas getting very close over to that Alpine. He does have that 5-second time penalty though. Bang was very close to Stocky, but just stays behind. Brad looking to get very close to Bang here. I think he might get an overtake very soon. We'll have to come back to it, and we'll see what happens. My oh my, a restart on the safety car always never disappoints. Here's Gracie Griefer looking to get an overtake potentially on James Galacco. Here we go into the first turn. No, he's going to stay behind. Sorry, did I say first turn? I meant the first turn of the chicane. Henkas getting very close though up to Naito. Is there going to be any drama as he tries to overtake this car? And Top Gun flies past Garito, and he's in Parabolica, and he's in P9. He's in the points. Brad trying to get closer over to Bang here still. Cannot do anything against them. And there we go. Finally, the overtake by Crazy Griefer on the inside of Parabolica. And you can see just behind, Ragnar's trying to defend against Tubbs. Tubbs looking to fly through. Scruff looking to get maybe 2 positions here as they were both battling the Mercedes and the AlphaTauri into the chicane. We go. Ragnar staying ahead, pulling ahead, still not letting this man behind get any room. Here's Top Gun though, trying to get closer and closer up to the car ahead, looking for a move. Oh, Brad, these two battling is just absolutely beautiful scenes. It's just what you want to see. 2 decorated drivers going head to head with each other. It's something that you wouldn't miss the world for. Top Gun trying to get very close here to Brad, still cannot get close to him though. The McLaren still staying ahead, but still the Red Bull breathing down the neck of this orange car. Still Red Bull to re-overtake in the constructors standings. Henkas made an overtake. Sorry, no, it's Bang who made an overtake. Actually, Crazy Griefer has span. Crazy Griefer has span. He's spun. Top Gun's made a move with Brad on the straight. They're so close to each other, but I think Top Gun has the edge. He has. The McLaren, though, looking to potentially go for the move down the inside. No, Brad just stays behind. Stocky with an overtake on Night Owl because Night Owl has span. Night Owl has span. He's span. He's fallen way down the grid. Not good for him. Stocky, he could be looking to get within DRS range of his also another rival, you could argue. Weeksy very, very soon. Still, Top Gun trying to get closer and move up the order, trying to get closer to Stocky. Trying to get close to Stocky as much as he can. We know he has the pace. We know he has the overtakes. Can he provide some more for us here in these upcoming laps? I'm sure he will. Here we go, though. Top Gun. Still with around 200 milliseconds between them. Brad looking to get close to Top Gun himself. Maybe he might... Oh, here we go. Top Gun looking for a move on Henkaz. Down the inside into... sorry. Ascari. There we go. Overtake by Top Gun on Henkaz. And Henkaz is left in the dust. Now, Top Gun searching for the Williams. Bang, ahead. But not for long, I don't think. He is so quick on this track, Top Gun. And I don't think we'll see any difference here. As there we go. Look at those two behind. Look how scary that must be. Just looking behind you. Then you see this. What a straight. That must be horrifying as Nighthall overtakes Sven. Very good from him. Weeks again, very close to Rising Gamer HD. This would be huge for Ferrari. They would extend their gap. A home race for them, of course. They would extend their gap, of course, for the Constructors' Championship. Rising Gamer HD just need to make sure he can keep Weeksy behind, but I don't think he will. Onto the straight. Here we go. Weeksy, side by side, going into the first chicane. This is so close. Ferrari on the inside of this second turn into the chicane, and Weeksy has the better exit. The Aston Martin has the speed going into the right bender. The Curve Grande, and Weeksy is overtaken. Rising Gamer HD. Rising Gamer HD though still trying to get past. Can he get past on the right hand side of him? I don't think he will. Into the next chicane, trying to go round the outside. He's touched him just a tiny bit though. Weeksy still staying ahead. Rising Gamer HD lets his teammate Stocky go past. Fair enough. Stocky getting very close to Weeksy within DRS range. This is just a position you want to be in for Stocky. Stocky trying to get close over to Weeksy, and I think he will be. And he is close. And Top Gun bringing that gap down to potentially within DRS range here. Stocky though onto this straight here. So much speed around, of course, this infamous track of Monza. Stocky getting very close here to Weeksy. Like I said before, now he's got the DRS straight. There we go. He's got the DRS. He's got the pace in that Ferrari. Getting very close here on these equal cars with, of course, the Aston Martin. Bates for the move on the inside. Weeksy isn't phased by it. Apologies. And Stocky just cannot get the overtake. And you can see James Calaco when Wenkaz had a little battle there. And eventually James Calaco came out on top here. Ragnar getting very close to Tubbs here. Could he go round the outside? I don't think he will. Look how close Stocky is though. Up to Weeksy. This is fantastic stuff between them. Stocky getting so close, breathing down the neck on the man who's third in the championship so far. Stocky, it would be huge for him to get past him and to extend the gap on the leaderboard, of course. Top Gun, let's hope he doesn't spin again and potentially ruin his Grand Prix like we previously thought. Well, I think it was like around a lap 2. I mean, it was so bold for him to just do that straight away. He had the lead. He was going to close up this gap, and then all of a sudden, oh no, he span. Poor for him. But he has regained so many positions since then, and he's looking good now as Chris Towns with a spin. Of course, very, very not good for him. Ragnar's retired from the session. Is that a safety car? It is a safety car. We got a second safety car of the race. You can see him just there parked towards that left-hand side, just straight into the wall. And we've got another safety car. Weeksy pits, Roger pits, Stocky pits, Razza. Oh no, Razza pits as well. That's going to be a stack up. Oh, not good for Razza Gamer HDS at all. Maybe this is going to be good for Top Gun. Maybe he's going to overtake Razza. He will. Still could not get the better exit than Stocky, but I mean, there would have to be an insane, insane pit for him to be able to do that. So, James Calaco leads for this restart on the safety car. Something that you never thought you'd see. But of course, I say that, but the man was P1 in this Grand Prix. If you do remember, Unfortunately, Span went way down the order. But he's back up there, but he's got 8 seconds to his name. So, not good for him at all. But, warming up the tyres, all of them there. But I just want to keep my eye on these two. These 3, actually. Roger, Weeksy, and Stocky. On the restart on their safety car, it's going to be massive. So I'm going to keep my eyes on them for this restart of the safety car. Sorry, James. Sorry, Carito. But I think the most entertaining thing that most people would want to see is Roger, Weeksy, and Stocky. These 3, the pace they've got around this track is unbelievable. The overtaking they have on this track is unbelievable. The patience they have on this track is unbelievable. They are unbelievable on this track. And, well, who's going to be the most unbelievable? I was going to say most unbelievablest, but that's not a word, of course. Who's going to be astounding most people on the restart in the safety car? Is it going to be Roger? Is it going to be Weeksy? Is it going to be Stocky? Stocky could fly up into P2, you know. In fact, right now he is... No, technically Roger is still P1. Of course, so this is poor for Roger, of course. He had massive gap from first to second. We didn't really touch on that, but he had a massive gap. It was looking so beautiful, so easy for him. Then all of a sudden this safety car comes out because Ragnar, of course, did that DNF. It's so unfortunate for him. But we'll turn our eyes more towards constructors-wise, because Scruff needs to get up the order if Red Bull wants a fighting chance to get this back. I mean, to be honest, the main reason why they even have the gap so close in the first place was because, of course, in Japan, I believe it was, Stocky didn't race. So, Top Gun had got picked up the pieces of that. Of course, getting a lot of points to close the gap. So, Red Bull are still in this, but Scruff needs to improve if they want any chance of getting P1 on that constructors board, because, well, he's not had a particularly good race so far. He's had a couple of overtakes, but he needs a couple more. Chris Downs, we are waiting on to get this race underway, started. Look at all the cars weaving, turning, itching, ready for this restart. 11 laps to go, technically 10 now, I'd probably say 10. So 10 laps to go of this Monza Grand Prix. Who's going to come out on top? Ice. I've got tingles up my spine thinking about it. It's just beautiful things that you want to see. So, safety car will most likely come in at the end of this lap. Oh, what's happened to Brad? Oh, okay, so I don't know why Brad didn't pit on the first lap the safety car was out then. I thought he span or something like Top Gun did, but unfortunately no. On the soft he goes. On the softs. Very interesting. Scruff on the softs. Chris Towns. Why are they waiting up? Oh, has he got wing damage? I think he did from that spin, so he's obviously had to pit. So we're going to wait. Brad, Scruff, Chris Towns. So, I mean, anything can happen in this race. So if you've got any predictions, please either leave them down if you've got any thoughts on who you think is going to win this race up until this point, leave them down in the comments on the YouTube if you're watching it at that time. If you're in the Twitch chat right now and you're able to send in your predictions, do send them in. I would love to hear them. I mean, it's such been a here and there race, you know. Anything can happen. I mean, maybe Chris Downs gets P1 at the end of this. Who knows? So many things occurring throughout this Grand Prix, and many more things to occur as well. Now, the safety car is in on this lap, folks. The restart of the safety car is going to be absolutely breathtaking. Let's see if I don't unplug my headset like I foolishly did last time. There we go. I've untangled it without even disconnecting it. Beautiful. So, Roger, Weeksy and Stocky all in a trio here. A trio that I want to see. A trio that is going to be battling for P1. A trio which can come with triumph or can come with a downfall. James Kalako has decided to just wait a tiny bit more. And here we go. It's green racing right now. Here we go. Go, 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 go! Off we go! Ready for the restart of the safety car! Oh no! Roger's way down the grid! Carito out of nowhere, he slips down! Weeks is up into P2! Stocky looking to make moves in the first turn, but look at that! Carito just completely blocks him! Side by side goes the AlphaTauri and the Williams, and it looks like Stocky's going to pick up the pieces of Carito! Here we go! Looking to go round the outside onto the curve grande! There we go! Stocky with the overtake, the Haas car, Crazy Griefer looking to get close behind, looking to potentially get an overtake here, or potentially the Williams, or maybe even Stocky himself. Here we go, into that next turn though. Stocky was able to pull out of the the battle between Carito and himself. Crazy Griefer still trying to make positions. Top Gun making positions though as well. Oh, as we see Tom's decking into the wall. He's in the wall. Thankfully, no safety car this time. James Kalako's falling down the grid as he lets his teammate Weeksy go by. This is huge for the championship for Weeksy, of course. Closing down the gap on Stocky himself there. That's huge for him. Stocky, though, he doesn't want any of this closing down nonsense. He wants to win this race. Will he do so? Top Gun getting very close here to Crazy Griefer. Surely the overtake will come extremely soon. But no, he's kind of backing off a tiny bit. You can see, bang, side by side with his teammate there. Maybe some connections, maybe some drama between these two. It appears not to be. Look at Top Gun, so very close into the Haas car of Crazy Griefer onto this straight. Who's going to have the better exit? It looks like it's going to be Crazy Griefer, and Top Gun is just left there waiting. But there's Crazy Griefer looking for a move on Carito. Here we go, into the first turn, into the first chicane, and he's got it. Done and dusted. Carito left in the dust, and maybe Top Gun will see out an overtake on Carito very soon. But right now he is still stuck behind that Williams. Chris Downs looking to make a move on Rising Gamer HD. Rising Gamer HD is within the point zones here. But if he is taken out, then that gives a huge fighting chance for Red Bull. Is he going to be taking out the points? No, he's not. Oh no, Chris Downs make a connection. He's fell down 2 positions. Oh, now 3. Scruff now overtakes Scruff and Razagamer HD. Razagamer HD now finally outside the points. And now Scruff looking to hunt down Razza would be huge for the Constructors' Championship if Scruff was to be able to overtake Razza and then overtake Brad to get into the points. Top Gun flies past Carito. Easy peasy. Way too fast goes the Red Bull. And there goes Roger. Look at the speed he's got on the straight. Looking to go past James Kalako. The other Aston Martin would be huge for Weeksy to win this Grand Prix. And I think James Kalako is just going to be trying to pull a Alonso here. DRS is finally enabled. Stocky has DRS onto the straight. Roger looking to finally get the move. Is Weeksy going to still have this gap? Are these two going to battle? I think they are. AlphaTauri needs to go around the outside, now the inside of the Aston Martin. It's a clean sweep overtake. He's able to get it really easily. And now Stocky with the overtake. So now all this now still the Aston Martin still has the pace. They're still so close, side by side. Here we go. Stocky, is he finally going to be able to seal the deal? He will. So Stocky up into P3. Woo, this is big. This is big for the championship. Top Gun is hugely behind compared to Stocky and all this. He's probably 3 seconds behind, looking for the overtake on the Haskell down the inside. Easy peasy on Crazy Griefer. No way Crazy Griefer was going to defend against that. Top Gun has all the momentum in the world, not only in the car but in his mind as well. But Crazy Griefer looking for the overtake, looking to spoil his championship chances. No, Top Gun says no. He closes the front door and says, I'm having this overtake, thank you very much. Chris down to the 3-second time penalty, not what you want to see there. He hasn't got a 3-second time penalty though. He's still in P1. Someone span. Oh, it's Scruff with a span. And he eventually falls down the grid into P15. Not good for the Red Bull Racing team, as now Bang looking to make the overtake on James Kalako, and he's done it. James Kalako, of course, did not pit, so that's probably why he's getting overtaken so much, because he's got worn out tyres, but he could have opted for easy tyres, some easy new tyres. And there goes Night Owl on Galito there. Brad looking to still stay ahead of Razza. Razza would be huge if he could get into the points here, would be huge for the Constructors' Championships here. But still, side by side, James Galacco and Top Gun. Has Top Gun got the pace? James Galacco has that inside advantage, and he's able to use the advantage to its fullest. And eventually, he still stays ahead of Top Gun here. Top Gun does not want to be battling a lot with a guy in front with worn-out tyres and with a time penalty. It's just not what he needs. He needs to get past James Galacco as soon as possible. And I'm assuming he will onto this straight. And I think he has. Has he? Still, James Galacco still keeping in this. They touch, they lock tyres, but eventually Top Gun overtakes. Has he got to return the position though? I don't think he will. James Galacco still on this straight, side by side with the Red Bull. Has he got the pace? He's got the blistering pace, should I say. Still ahead of this Red Bull. Oh no! The front wing of the Red Bull is gone! Top Gun has lost his front wing! Top Gun has lost a part of his front wing, not his whole front wing, but he's lost a part of his front wing. Oh no! That is not good for Top Gun. The championship just looks like it could be slipping away from him now. The championship could be in favour of Stocky after that. He still gets the overtake though. He's still at P5. He still continues on to do this. James Galacco trying to keep this position up. And Razza has finally overtaken Brad. So there we go. Both Ferraris inside the points. That's huge for also the Constructors, like I've said so many a time before, but it is so important to point it out. Crazy Beef was still behind James Galacco despite battling with him left, right hand centre. Roger really wants to get some points, some wins on the board here, and it would be wonderful if he could in this Grand Prix, in Monza. It would be wonderful to see an AlphaTauri win it, but maybe it won't come as nicely as you might think, because so many things have been happening in this Grand Prix, and many more to come. Still, Crazy Beaver trying to get the overtake on James Galacco. James Galacco still defending the position for his life, even though he's not really defending for weeks. He's top spot anymore. Bang has the pace on Stocky. Stocky still staying ahead. Into Parabolica we go. The Williams staying behind. Stocky is in P3. Rogers in P2. Weeksy's in P1. But Stocky really needs to get close here to try and keep these points alive for the championship lead. But here comes Bang, maybe to ruin the chances of that. Bang with the speed down to the inside. There's Weeksy. He's trying to protect the position of P1, but Rogers passed into the first turn of that chicane, and Rogers able to pull through. These two are going to be battling for the ages here. These two will be battling for a Monza victory here in FRR. This is huge. Weeksy looking to still come back at Roger, but Roger still has the lead. He still has the pace. Brad overtakes Corito down on your screen there, but here comes Weeksy. He's still trying to get this position back. Apologies for stuttering, because this is such a fantastic Grand Prix. How could you blame me? This is so wonderful. So many things have been happening in this Grand Prix, and still more to come potentially. Weeksy still trying to get closer and closer to Roger, still trying to battle for P1. Maybe, is it just maybe going to slip away from the Aston Martin? Of course, if he is going to get the win today, huge to close down Stocky for the lead. But here we go, Roger still staying ahead into Parabolica, and potentially on that straight with the DRS open. Is Weeksy going to finally get his chance to overtake? Roger still ahead and expanding that gap just a tiniest bit more, but still, Weeksy still wants the overtake. He's got a DRS. Look at the speed he's got on the AlphaTauri. Is he going to do it? He's looking for the left-hand side lane. Is he going to get the overtake on Roger? Into the first turn of the chicane. Now into the second. The Aston Martin with the pace he's got. Is he going to be able to do it? The AlphaTauri, though, still so close towards him. This is entertaining stuff. But still, the Aston Martin just pulls ahead with pace. But Roger still just about sticking side by side into the chicane we go. These two battling it out. Maybe a switchback maneuver from good old Roger. Here we go into the next turn. Are they going to get the mid-turn? Roger's re-overtaking for P1. This is brilliant overtaking and re-overtaking. Left, right and centre. So many overtakes happening between the two. And it's sprung back into the equation now. Can the Williams get up into P1 territory? He just might. But Weeksy still is trying to keep this alive. Oh, Roger's got a 3-second time penalty. Weeks is automatically P1. which leads into an easy P1 for Weeksy. Oh my, what have we just seen? Razza getting close to Crazy Griefer, still cannot get in. Squirfish return for the session! Oh no, that's huge for the constructors. That is huge for the constructors. I'm losing my voice. I've got to take a sip of water here, but I might not get the chance to because Weeksy still hunting for the overtake on Roger. This is huge stuff. Jesus Christ. What a race we have on our hands here. What a race. Weeksy still P1 though. He's got to be so relieved at the fact that he is P1. But here we go. Is Bang going to get a sneaky P1 here? If he can overtake Weeksy, he will be P1. He will win the Grand Prix. Is he going to be able to do it? I don't think so. I think he just quite doesn't have the pace. But Weeksy though, he hasn't got close to Roger yet. Of course, I don't think that the Aston Martin will have a catastrophic end to this Grand Prix. So we'll see what happens here. Bang has the DRS open on Weeksy. He is closing the gap down by just a tiny bit more, but the Williams is still staying behind us. Now, we are going to shortly enter the last lap of what has been such a thrilling Grand Prix here in Italy, in Monza. This is wonderful racing. We've seen left, right and centre. James Kalako has just spanned. He's in P11. Bang's looking for the move on Weeksy down the inside of the chicane. He can't look for the move just yet. The Williams is just edging for this P1. Can Bang get it soon? He is so close. He is so close to Weeksy, but still cannot find the move. Still cannot get the move done. And Bang, unfortunately, has to wait just yet to see if he'll be able to get the victory here on the last lap in Monza. This is huge stuff. Bastani's just lagging behind. Stocky trying to get the overtake potentially on Bang very soon. He's got 500 milliseconds to close up in such short amount of time. To Weeksy, I don't think he'll be able to do it. Unfortunately, I think Bang will just have to stick with the P2. Oh my word, this is such entertaining stuff. By the way, Top Gun in P5. He'll be P6 because Roger will slot in there for P4. And now here we go. Bang! Here, has he got the speed on this race? Is he going to be able to do it? He's got DRS open. Is he going to get the slipstream? He does get the slipstream. Here we go. Here's Bang. He's got the speed. He's got the speed. He cannot do it though. He just doesn't get enough. He doesn't get enough. Weeksy looks like he'll win. Weeksy looks like he'll win. Weeksy, is he going to come across the line in P1? I think he has. Weeksy wins the Monza Grand Prix. The Aston Martin just about does enough. Weeksy wins the Monza Grand Prix. The Aston Martins win a race. That is beautiful stuff. Huge for the championship. A huge race. Roger still gets P3. Still with that 3-second time penalty. Bang with an amazing showing. Getting P2. That is astonishing. But the man of the race, the man of the hour is this man. Weeksy wins the Monza Grand Prix. Congratulations to him and Aston Martin for picking up great points from today's race. Oh my word, I've lost my voice. What a Grand Prix in Monza. And Weeksy comes out on top. Oh my word. The victory for Weeksy. He reigns supreme. Bang with a P2 and also a driver of the day. Well done to him. What a race from the Williams. He was so close to getting P1 though. I would have loved to seen it. But unfortunately, for him at least, it is a P1 for Weeksy. Congratulations to him and the Aston Martin racing team for winning today's Grand Prix. Now, of course, he's going to do a lot for him in the standings. Stocky finished 4th. He didn't even finish on the podium. That is huge for the championship. Unfortunately, Top Gun was not able to capitalise. Of course, he span on the first lap from going P1 all the way down into P16. So painful to say it again. But there we go. The Brit, Weeksy, he takes top spot on that podium today. Monza with such an entertaining race like it always has. And the green suit of Aston Martin has shined over all the fans today in Italy, and to all watching on YouTube or Twitch. Thank you all so much for watching today's Grand Prix, and I'll be running down through the order right now. Weeksy finished P1, of course, getting the victory. Bang with an astonishing P2. Roger P3, Stocky P4, Crazy Griefer P5, Rising Gamer HD P6, Top Gun P7, Brad P8, Night Owl P9, Corito P10, Sven P11, James Calaco P12, Tubbs P13, Chris Downs P14, Scruffy Dub P15, Hencast P16, Ragnar P17, Halsey P18, and that finishes for today's Monza Grand Prix. Thank you all so much for watching here, either on YouTube or Twitch. I've been your host and commentator, Harrison Wilson. Thank you all for watching. You all have a good night.